new series on our podcast is for you. We've created a new series which talks about the enemy within, which is constantly fighting this warfare with yourself. For the last 10 years, I have been studying this inner warfare, whether it's spiritual, mental, emotional, that there is a battle raging in each and every single one of us, that which many are not even aware of. And even if we are, we don't know how to conduct this battle. Look at the main three core entities, how our life runs. Do you feel lost, emotionally overwhelmed, exhausted, fighting inner battles which others cannot see and you've not been able to overcome? Then this new series on our podcast is for you. We've created a new series which talks about the enemy within, which is constantly fighting this warfare with yourself and constantly trying to subdue you into submission and defeat you. And many people, unfortunately, do lose this battle. For the last few years, actually for the last 10 years, I have been studying this inner warfare, whether it's spiritual, mental, emotional, that there is a battle raging in each and every single one of us, that which many are not even aware of. And even if we are, we don't know how to conduct this battle. And we are losing miserably. Hence why people are feeling stressed, depressed, drained out emotionally, and they feel lost. We are going to show you the way to overcome this battle and ultimately defeat that enemy within. In our new series called The Enemy Within, we are going to dissect each and every single one of these battles that is raging inside of us. On our another sister channel, The Art of Living Cinema, we've created a whole new series of cinematic movies where we actually showcase how people fall and are defeated in this battle by this enemy within, by that inner voice, the whisperer. All those battles that are happening inside of us, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, are showcased. Whilst we showcase the story there, on this series here on the Art of Living podcast, we are going to dissect all those lessons from those stories, from those personal anecdotes of people when they fall, and to showcase how to bring in the tools to fight this warfare. If you are one of those people, which I probably most likely know that you are, then you are in the right place. We are going to show you now how to reconquer that space inside of you, how to reconquer that part of the brain, that part of the heart, that part of the soul, which has been taken over by the enemy. And you will now be coming back to reclaim that space which we're going to fight together and reclaim. Most people feel lost not because they are weak, because they don't know how to deal with these issues. They are fighting in the battlefield blind. They don't know about the emotional behaviors and habits which are leading to these particular outcomes that they have in their lives. They don't know about the inner voices which give them conflicting information and advice, whether to go here, whether to go there. They don't know about the pressures from society which they feel they have to conform to. They don't know about the impulsive desires inside of them which trigger certain behaviors which ultimately may lead to their own ruination and sabotage. You see, a lot of us grow up learning about things that which we may never ever apply or use ever again in our lives. Maybe it was algebra at school, trigonometry, certain aspects of history, but we are never taught how to think. We are never taught about the various entities that exist inside of us and how they control us if we don't control them. You could have a scientist who understands about scientific paranormal activities, but they don't know what happens inside of their own sort of supernatural abilities and faculties. You can have a London black cab taxi driver who understands every single street, corner, crossroads, and knows the knowledge of every cul-de-sac, but he doesn't know about the inner roadmap of his brain. You can have a brain surgeon who knows how to operate on the brain, but still doesn't understand how this entity works from a universal principle point of view and how it affects our lives, rather than just looking at it from a scientific point of view. This is what we want to teach on this new podcast series that we have started, The Enemy Within. We are going to equip you with the tools to be able to deal with all these issues that affect you, whether it's lust, whether it's greed, whether it's envy, whether it's narcissism, or whatever destructive behavior that you may have, impatience, anger, pride. There's so much that is affecting human beings now, and we are not equipped to deal with it. Many of us don't even understand our own identity in terms of what the human being consists of. For example, we have an intellect inside of us. We have a heart, which is the moral self. We have an emotional self. We have a spirit, which is a spiritual aspect of the human being. But even if you set that aside, look at the main three core entities, how our life runs. This is the software that our life is governed by. Number one, we have the impulsive nature, which is the desires that trigger us, where we end up choosing sort of distractions over discipline. We choose instant gratification over long-term meaning. We choose the things that which give us that instant pleasure now. Then you have an emotional side. This is where your stress, your anger, your loneliness, your anxiety, your fears reside. And this also has a huge impact on how you live. Then finally, you have a higher self in terms of a life lived on purpose, living in purpose. You decide between what is right, what is wrong, where you should be sort of spending most of your time in terms of achieving a worthwhile goal. But the fact is, many people are living a purposeless life. They are not living a life on purpose. And even those who have a purpose, what is there to say that they are living on their life to the working towards the correct purpose? Maybe the purpose that they've set is not good for them, but they don't know that at the moment. That's why we are going to break everything down, peel off all the layers, and try and understand why we react the way we react, why we behave, and why we always end up doing the same things again and again, even when we know they are not good for us. We fall into the same traps, whether it's in terms of our emotional reactions, the way we think, the way we behave with others. So these are all the things that we are going to peel away layer by layer, dissect them under the microscope, and be able to show you why these patterns keep recurring in your life, and how, if this is like a software which is running your life, how to rewrite that software, how to implement the new software that which is going to be ensuring that you are living a life which is true to your potential. These are the things that nobody teaches you, and we are now going to be bringing to the forefront into your lives to help you be able to achieve the things that you've not been able to achieve up until now. I recently met a guy who outwardly is very successful. I would say he's a multi-millionaire, where he lives in a nice house in a nice area, drives a nice car, and anybody looking at him from the outside would envy him and would desire that they were living the life that he is living. But let me tell you something. The conversation that I had showed me a person who is fighting so many inner battles he does no longer recognizes who he is. He has spent all his life chasing one goal after another, but it seems as if that peace and contentment that he has been chasing has been eluding him, and he doesn't know what it is, why he's still running around as if he's trying to chase something. It's like, let's be really harsh and brutal, it's like the dog chasing its tail, and this person will not know when to stop. And the only time that he will stop really, and this is the story of many people out there, is when he goes 6 foot under in the grave. That's when he will stop. Otherwise, as long as he is alive, He will constantly keep just striving and striving, bringing more pressure, burdens, stress and anxiety upon himself. And even in his own words, he knows somebody else who's less successful than him, but lives a less stressful life. And he's asking himself whether now it's causing him to reevaluate everything, whether he is on the right path, or the person who is managing with less and is more content. So these are the realizations that people come to, but those are the lucky ones who are able to stop and come to this realization that they are running in the wrong direction. And this is like a story which is not just unique to this person. This is the story of millions of other people out there who are fighting these inner battles. And these are people that I know, you know, but what about even in the public domain? You have celebrities who outwardly have everything. They have all the trappings of wealth in terms of money, the big houses, the name and fame, the multiple partners, whether it's girlfriends or boyfriends, that, the most beautiful people that you can probably imagine, they are their, boyfriends and girlfriends or spouses, partners, and yet they end up getting into addictions like drugs, maybe to find some form of escapism, or they end up battling addictions which lead to their destruction, downfall, they commit suicide. We've had so many public meltdowns, breakdowns that for us all to see. Britney Spears, you've had, I forget then, Robin Williams, who committed suicide. You recently had the pop star from that boy band, Take That, I think it was. I can't remember now, but I don't follow this pop culture as much. But I know the main celebrities that have committed suicide, and all throughout history, there's examples littered with such anecdotes of people destroying themselves through addictions, through this destructive behavior, sabotaging themselves basically, simply because they do not know how to manage their emotions. They do not have the tools to battle that enemy within. They do not have the strategies to truly lead a successful life. Whilst the celebrities are living a successful life and others may idolize them, what the one idolizing does not know, that he's idolizing someone who is not even fully in control of their own faculties and maybe fighting battles that they cannot see. So we end up idolizing the wrong people. They are not to be idolized. If anything, many of them need to be pitied in terms of, we need to have empathy and sympathy on them because of the way they are having to deal with their problems and demons in such a public manner. So this is now a point of crisis for mankind. So whether you're a celebrity or a normal person, the issue is deep inside of us. That's the problem. Our job on this new weekly podcast is we're going to create the awareness of the various different traits that exist inside of us, like the anger, like the hatred, the arrogance, the lust, the greed, the impatience, the hastiness that we have in our lives. All these things which ultimately lead to the downfall of human beings and cause this sort of self-sabotaging behavior. We are going to create the tools, firstly, where you create this awareness and understand that you have this problem. We try to then dissect it, break it down barrier by barrier to see where the issues and the problems are, and then give you the tools for transformation to be able to deal with them, to eliminate them, and to become a truly successful person. We have to build everything from the inside, the architecture, the blueprint, the whole of the inside has to be correct before it is projected successfully outwardly. Majority of us, whether it's a celebrity or not the celebrities, we build the outer world first, and the inner is the one which is at the most risk of collapsing. And when that collapses, then you will have a proper fall from grace, a breakdown, a meltdown, which we have witnessed throughout history with people either in the public domain or privately from our own friends and family circles. So this is a very important pivotal moment for this podcast, that we are venturing into this arena after years and years of study, and with being with the right sort of wise people, with the people who have understood these sciences. I am now able to dissect and to be able to teach any audience. This is not a religious theme. This is not a motivational speech. This is not entertainment. This is a groundbreaking initiative where you will witness transformation only if you implement the tools that we share with you and take these strategies on board, because knowledge without action becomes useless. And as I've mentioned, we're not here to give you this airy, fairy, fluffy sort of feel good factor motivational speech. We're not here to entertain you. We haven't got time just to sit there entertaining. Go and watch Mr. Beast or some other channel. This is for life transformation, so you can develop yourself personally, mentally, spiritually, and become a peak of human excellence and live your best true potential. And as I've mentioned before, this is something that each and every single one of you can take on board and improve your lives with, irrespective of what part of the world you live in, what skin color you have, what level of education you have, and whether you're rich or you're poor, it doesn't matter. And no matter what religion you're from, it doesn't matter. We are going to be sharing universal laws and principles. Yes, they come from a higher entity, but at this moment in time, all I want you to do is just understand these universal laws and principles work for anybody who adopts them, and they will see a transformation in their life without a shadow of doubt, as long as they take action and they believe in it and act with certainty, and then they will see miracles will happen. I look forward to starting this journey with you on this new series, where we will be walking on this epic journey together, learning from each other. I'm not just here to teach, I'm also here to learn from you as well. I want you to get in touch, share your life stories, share your strategies so others can benefit as well. But what we have to share with you, I promise you, it really will change your life. Just keep watching out for future episodes and you will be amazed